Hello and welcome everyone to my channel. So, did you know that many of the dream companies recruiters approached me for my resume for through the LinkedIn email feature. So, companies like Google, Microsoft, Eshaw, and Amazon. All of these companies recruiters approached me through the LinkedIn email, and then they asked me for my resume, and then I got shortlisted for the interviews. So if you want to know the tips and tricks which I used, which helped me got shortlisted further, are later coming in my video. So stay tuned in if you want to know more about it. So, all of us know the importance of a resume, but I am very sad to say that none of us, or very few of us, know the importance of having a good LinkedIn profile or having an updated LinkedIn profile. So, what I have noticed is that there were only two or three students out of a batch of like 150 of us whose resume sites I visited had their LinkedIn profiles updated. So, like, if you would know that, then many of the HR and the recruiters scout for, like, look up your LinkedIn profile, and then if they have some or the other captivating, like, if you have some or the other captivating thing in your LinkedIn profile, then they will reach out to you. So there are many things which I use, which were passed on to me by my mentor, and like I've read many blogs and posts on how I can update my LinkedIn, and then I followed them and I updated my LinkedIn, and these companies recruiters approached me. So I will talk about it. So the first thing is like having a good professional picture. So you must have often heard people that you should be dressed very properly, because the first thing which people notice about is your charisma, your aura, your personality. So you should be dressed well, you should be talking well, and you should be carry yourself in a very good manner. So the same thing applies to your LinkedIn profile picture as well. If a person clicks is going to through your LinkedIn profile, then the first thing which they will have their eyes on is your LinkedIn profile picture. So it should be a good professional profile picture, not like you are on some vacation or some sort of thing like that. And it should be like a good profile picture should be including your upper body, and that is an ideal profile picture for LinkedIn. And it would be great if you can have some professional a picture with the professional clothing in as well. So moving on to the second thing, and the second thing is like having your headline, an updated headline, which not only includes your job title but conveys some other information as well. So you must have seen that, like, people, if you comment or if you like someone's post, then like just below your name and just beside your profile picture is your headline. So if you're just updating your headline with the thing which is your current job title, like a student, or like you're working as SD in some company, then there are less chances of people clicking your LinkedIn profile. So like initially when I started out, I had written some sort of skills. Like when I was in first or second year, I had written that I know machine learning, I specialize in AI, I specialize in Python, I specialize in C++, because these were the things which I knew then. But as soon as as my career advanced, I also wrote other things in its place, which included things like I was a SIS 2020 winner, then I also had cracked GSOR 2022, 2021, and I also participated in Microsoft Engage. I was a GHC scholar. So all these things I had updated in my headline, which made people click on my LinkedIn profile because it showcased that I am an exceptional student, and it helped me set myself apart. So the third thing is like you can convey your story, and you must convey your story through your summary. So there is a summary section in the LinkedIn profile LinkedIn section, but what I have noticed is many of us only writes facts and figures, things like that. Now it goes for everything that people are going to accept the facts and figures, and they're going to listen to the facts and figures, but they only form a connect with you through a story. So what I am saying is that you should sell your skills in such a manner that you are conveying a story through that summary. This is the point which I am emphasizing on. So I have written 2 paragraphs in my LinkedIn profile as well, which resonates with my story. It shouldn't be something like I suffered from this and this and this and that, but it should be a very professional thing, which implies that you're a professional person who has these and these skill sets and is aiming for this and these things, and you are a very talented and highly professional person, and you would add value if you're working for any of a particular organization or any particular person. So moving to the next thing is like we should be using persuasive action words. This I talked in my previous video of that resume thing. The link to the video is up above in this or that corner, and you can watch that video if you also want to know the tips and tricks to writing a good resume which helps you get shortlisted. And this was the resume with after the resume which helped me got shortlisted for other companies like Google, Microsoft, eShop, like all the companies I talked about earlier. After the recruiter approached me through the email asking for my resume, so my resume was also good. So you can watch that video if you want to know about it more in detail. So as I was talking about using persuasive action words, like things like built, specialized, led, all these words add value to your resume. And if you use these words, people are more likely and very likely to talk with you regarding these, to talk with you and wanting to know more about you if you use these kind of words. So be sure to use these kind of things in your in the next time you're going to update your LinkedIn profile or your resume. So coming to the next thing, which is the last thing. So the not the last thing, but yes, the last thing as far as the LinkedIn profile is concerned is that you should list down all your relevant skills. Now, like as when I talked about in my resume video, I said that your bullet point should be concise. This now in the LinkedIn profile, this is not the case because while your LinkedIn profile doesn't have any restriction that you should be just limiting it to these or these words or these and these pages, so you can write a detailed description. It should not be very long, but it can be long as and you can convey as much of the technical information you want. Now coming to the last point which I use, this is not relating to your LinkedIn profile, but a very important factor is I use the site This Resume Worded, and there are many other sites as well. Now on This Resume Worded, I just downloaded the PDF of my LinkedIn profile and I uploaded it over there, and based on certain parameters which are very important parameters which are programmed in its algorithm, it marked me out of a scale of 100 and my score was very good. So that is when I stopped updating my LinkedIn profile further, and it was after a try of like some 4 or 5 tries that I finalized my LinkedIn profile. And after that also I kept on updating my LinkedIn profile further as I got to know about more and more features, or I got some more and more achievements, things like that. So there are other things also which people use while updating their LinkedIn profile, which you can use and well, and which are relevant also as well, which I will be talking about. So the first thing is that you can get endorsements. So like, how do you get endorsements? The best way to like get an endorsement is to give other people endorsement. So like, if you're showing them some sort of a good action item towards them, then people are more likely to feel a sense of gratitude towards you and are more likely to reciprocate that behavior in some way, and which in this case is very likely that they will give you an endorsement as well. The other thing which you can use is like you can pass the LinkedIn skills assessment test. Now I have noticed that many people do these, and this is a very good way of you saying that whatever skill you have listed down, you are qualified well enough. And a study on LinkedIn found that if you have passed this LinkedIn skill assessment test, so you are 30 to 35% more likely to get noticed or more likely to have some positive action working in your favor. So you can consider doing this as well. Then the next thing which you can do is like advertise the services which you are going to offer in some of the other, like you can advertise this on your tagline, which is your headline, or in the summary, something like that. So this will help people get to know that these are your skills and services which you can provide to them and add value to the organization or add value to to the person if you are freelancing or working for an individual. The next thing which we can do is like request for recommendation and feedback. So if you have worked in some company on any internship project, or if you have done some freelancing, or if you have created a personal project along with some other people, then you can ask them for feedback and recommendation, and the positive words which they will use for you will have a very great impact on your LinkedIn profile getting noticed and people actually trusting you and that person through their words and contacting you for further details. So these were like some of the tips and tricks which you can use for your LinkedIn profile. Now for like as an example, I will walk through my LinkedIn profile as well, so that you can get an idea of how you can create your LinkedIn profile. Also keep in mind that these are the tips and tricks which you can use not only at the point of applying for a fresher or an intern role, but these points will be in use at later stages of your career as well. So if you're an SD2, if you're an SD3, or if you're an SDM, the so yeah, so as you can see on my screen, this is the LinkedIn profile which I was talking about, which is of course my LinkedIn profile. So you can see that I have a professional profile picture and I am also in professional clothes. So if you can manage, you can put on some shirt and like have a picture of the upper body. So as I was looking good, then because of that reason I posted the profile picture, and you can see that this is my headline, and I have written down all the achievements and qualifications which I had in my college years. So, like before starting my work as at Pure Storage, I had these things, all these things written down in my headline. And before that, as I talked about earlier, I had written like I was skilled in these and X, Y, Z, and these things. And you can see now, coming down further, you can see that this is the activity which we will not talk about. So this is the summary I was talking about. So I have written down my summary in a way that can convey my story. So like you can read this, I will not be reading in here because of time limitations, but you can come and visit my profile, or you can pause your screen and like have these resumes, have these words. You can also use my words in your LinkedIn profile as well. I have used these words which does convey professionalism, so you can write in a similar way, something like that. Now I have listed down my experiences. So you can see currently I'm working as an MTS2 at Pure Storage, then I was a coordinator at Robotics Society, which was my college's um, technical society, one of the technical societies. And whatever I did during my tenure working at the society. So I was also an open source developer or an open source contributor at Google Season or Docs. While you should also write the MicroPython organization, I might have missed it out, or there might be some other reason, but you should also include the organization which you were working for. So next thing we will be talking about, like I also worked as an AI intern at Mind Mappers, and I did two projects, the summary of which is written down here. I have used all the technical uh, things which which I used in the making of my project, as you can see. And you listed down all the libraries also here: feature extraction, line segmentation, A star, path planning, and you can assess how I have planned all these sentences. So you should write your sentences after careful selection and planning. You can also see here that I did one another intern, and we are also listed down the accuracy something, and we have like we did this for like mentored these and these professionals, things like that. Then coming down, like this was the education, like, and this is the like the school which I like passed out from. And like these are the license and certifications. Like I was a mentee at Women Who Code, which is like an all girls group for like mentor mentee thing, and I benefited a lot from that. So I got to know the importance of this LinkedIn thing only from my mentor Bani, and she helped me realize how important it was. And like I said earlier, many of the companies approached me through my LinkedIn profile, and then this I was a winner at SIH, and then there was Scholar, and then I also added a link, like if someone wants to see if this is a genuine thing which I have written. So I've also pasted down the certificate which was issued to me. And coming back, so this was like I did some, like if you want you can paste these kind of courses certificate, but the actual value is added by these competitions or some sort of things like that. So yeah, now coming to my personal projects, like I said that we cannot write in a very detailed way in our resume, but the same is not true for LinkedIn. So I have explained this project in a very detailed manner. So if someone is interested in, like they can if someone is just skimming through skimming through this, then and they want to know more about some particular project, like if they are interested in that, then they can read it entirely from this thing. Then this is the humanoid primers which I worked on. Now the skill set. So these are the skills which I updated long back, and you can also do the same. So I had written down all, but now like this was 1 year back, so updated it. Now these are the test scores. These are the organizations which I worked with, and there isn't anything further. So my resume is not visible over here, but like if you like you can have this more and you can build a resume, and then you can import your resume, and your resume will also be visible over here. So that is one additional point with through the help of which you can increase your chances of LinkedIn of a recruiter contacting you. Then many of my ski seniors or many of my colleagues have also done that. They have added the link to various coding profiles over here, and then as soon as you click on it, then it redirects you to that coding profile page. So yeah, that is it. So, if you liked my video and the information which I shared with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Also, if you want me to make a video, a detailed video on how we can use LinkedIn to increase our reach, network with other people, and ask people for referral on LinkedIn, people we don't know anything about, then please type the word LinkedIn reach or LinkedIn detail in the comment section. Thank you, and bye bye everyone.